What's going on, team? Are we live? Are we live? Test, 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 test. Yes, we are. What's going on, team? Welcome to tonight's isolation session for April the 14th, 2025. Hope you guys had a great day today. Hope you guys had a great trading day today. Not a lot of moves today in the market, guys. Not a lot of clean moves in the market for us this morning. Didn't take any trades. Gonna give everybody 4 minutes to join and then we'll get started. Again, guys, just gonna give everybody till 8:40. 2 minutes and then we'll get started. Pairs we're gonna go over today are the pairs that you see with the red flag and with the red flag next to name, starting off with AUDUSD. It's good, Kendall. Stink, yo, mama, man. Oh, brother. Tough day today, man. Tough day today. Should I text him, bro? Fuck it. She'll make my day better. Fuck it. Man, I'm telling you right now, though. Before we even get in the call, I'm gonna tell you right now I'm gonna fumble, bro. I'm gonna text her. Just letting you know. At least give you a little fair warning here. Not for anything else other than yo. I'm fiending for pussy, bro. I'm just fiending for some entertainment, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Whatever, bro. All right, let's get this started, guys. He said, "No, what? Go ahead, yo." But like, I'm not having this conversation on stream, bro. It is what it is. I'll get in the car right after this, and then I'll explain my reasoning, brother. Because I'm fucking just still in awe, like. No way, right? I must be yo. Nah, I don't even want to, bro. The way you're fucking typing in there. Nah, I don't even want to fucking type, bro. You know what? You're right, bro. Fuck that. Alright, team. Let's get started, man. Let's fucking just get this shit done with. Alright, let's get something started for tomorrow. Let's go look for something for tomorrow. Get everything ready. Um, Big days ahead of us, guys. So AU, we know we're still in A2, starting off with or finishing off with level 3 drop. Right, so we finally got the level 3 drop, we got the break of structure, we got the lower low. Now we're looking for the retest the lower high to continue this trend back down to the bottom. And again, like we were explaining in the weekly market breakdown on Sunday, we're in a position in AU right now where, yeah, we could sit here and kind of assume that this is going to be the break of structure retest for the internal lower lows and lower highs that have been created, but we could also sit here and argue and say that this is just going to be the inducement for price to give us a steeper pullback in the higher time frame somewhere in this area. It could be higher, could be here, could be a little bit higher, right? Could be all up until these highs over here, and then that's when price will give us that lower low. So once again, we're just waiting for price to reach its points of interest. Right now, since price is in its points of interest in the lower high for the internal time frame, this is where we now go into the lower time frames and we start looking for price to start making lower lows and lower highs, right? And as you can see, we still don't have that. We're still making higher highs and higher lows. Internal time frame still making higher highs and higher lows. So right now we're just gonna wait it out. Again, we know we have an engulfing candle, 15-minute engulfing candle up at these highs. So again, this was one point of interest. This is our second point of interest. This is our third point of interest as to where price is going to make the lower highs to then continue to push down to the bottom. And again, just because price is in a point of interest doesn't mean I'm taking the trade. Once price reaches its points of interest, I want to start seeing lower lows and lower highs to then start taking trades. So just got to be patient with AU. Still really nothing new to say about this. Still trending counter. So at this moment, just going to skip that. Go on to the next one. Update our next chart. Gonna go pretty quick today since we started this late. I know that most of you guys are just going to watch the recording. So if you guys have any questions, just message me. And again, you guys know what to do. Message me, ask any questions you guys have. And then we'll go on from there. So EA, we are in level 3. We were in V2, second zone of consolidation. We got the break of structure. We got the higher high. We're looking for the retest, right? The retest is going to be the higher low. Pretty similar to AU, just inverted, right? We know that a pullback is going to happen. The question is, again, how steep is the pullback going to be? And once again, we have all of these points of interest as to where price could give us a pullback. And once again, our job as traders is to wait for price to give us a valid entry. And that valid entry is going to be once price starts making higher highs and higher lows again. That's when we'll start looking to take trades. And once again, we're still making lower lows and lower highs. So nothing here for EA just yet. Still just gonna wait that one out. I'm gonna continue to monitor it as much as we can. EURCAD, same situation. We're in V1 first zone consolidation. We had the break of structure. After the break, we're looking for a retest. Looking for price to give us higher high into the higher low. Right, so at this moment, once again, this pullback could be a very steep pullback, or it could just be a simple 38.2 as we saw here, and price continued that trend back to the top side. No continuations on the 4-hour. Price is still making higher highs and higher lows. However, price didn't give us a valid break of structure of the higher high, the previous higher high. So again, just gonna be patient with EA or ECAD, sorry. Gonna wait for continuations. As we said in the Sunday session, this 372 was low probability based on the fact that we didn't get that break on the 4-hour time frame. We didn't get a break of structure of the 30-minute time frame. So not going to be really looking for anything here. We had a gap in the market. Okay, buddy, come on. We had a gap in the market, reset the trend, gave us another day of rise, but it wasn't higher than yesterday. Price just kind of consolidated pretty much all day today. EU, same difference. Right? EU, same thing. V1 first zone consolidation. We're looking for the break. Did we get the valid break? Not yet. Right? Not yet. We have 2 months of rise this month, giving us that third push to the top side. Perfect. At a higher high, we're looking for a higher low. We're looking for that pullback. 2 weeks of rise. This would be in the third week. Still hasn't given us that weekly high yet. Not yet. It missed it by a few pips. So EU is still definitely one on my watch list that I'm going to continue to monitor for this week, to see if price just wants to give us another push to the top side. right now we could sit here and say that this is a little zone of consolidation. So we already know that if price goes back to these lows and gives us an inducement, then we know we could take these trades back up to the top side to finish this week off. So we'll continue to monitor EU for the rest of this week as we continue to look for trades. GA, same thing. A lot of these pairs are in the same thing. As you guys can see, we're at a higher high. V2, we're looking for the break. We got the break, the retest, the continuation. We're at a higher high. 2 months a rise. This month being the third month already gave us that push and then went right back down. No continuations on the 4 hour. Still making higher highs and higher lows in the higher time frame. Lower time frame, we started making lower lows and lower highs. So, and right now price is just in a range. We're in a zone of consolidation. Price is just moving sideways. So gonna wait this one out as well. Gonna wait for continuations to happen and then we'll go on from there. But right now, nothing here that's valid for us to really start looking at. GCAD finally gave us a change of character, right? So we had V2, second zone of consolidation, break of structure, retest, 2 months a rise, this month being the third month. Haven't gotten that push yet, but we got the higher low. Right at the higher low, this is where we want to start seeing price making higher highs and higher lows. So this is what we're going to be looking for. Alright, let's go back to the daily real quick. Any engulfing candles? No. 4 hour? No. 1 hour engulfing candle? No. Okay, so then on the 30 minute, again, lower low, lower high, lower low. We finally got the change of character. Higher high. So change of character. Now we know we're looking for the break of structure. Once we get the break, smooth sailing back to the top side, guys. Just gotta be patient. Once we get that break, that's when we'll start looking to take these trades. GJ, not really trading GJ, so I'm not really gonna do a breakdown. I'm just gonna update it. Not gonna do nothing fancy on this. Just gonna wait and see what happens with GJ. But GJ, we're still trading between the previous lower low and lower highs, so there's really nothing here for me to update. Nothing really here to talk about. Again, GJ is not a pair that I'm really watching, so just gonna skip through this. And again, I'm not really gonna go over US30 gold, Bitcoin, or oil. So after these 2 pairs that we have left, that's pretty much it, guys. Pretty quick session. Again, today when I was looking at the markets, I'm like, oh man, this is just gonna be a snooze fest. We're not really gonna have anything to talk about. This higher high. And then again, we'll do US30 and USDZAR just so we could turn the stream off here, and then we'll continue. So USDCAD, we know we had a 4 hour. Let's talk about daily time frame first, right? So we know that we're in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market, and price at peak high gave us a little inverse shoulder head shoulder and broke our lows, right? We had 3 months where price is just moving sideways, and we finally started breaking these lows. We had 4 weeks where price is just making lower lows and lower highs the entire time, and then price gave us a 4 hour engulfing candle today. At the 4 hour engulfing candle at the lower low, after 3 days of rise, the market must move sideways or go up, and we ended up going up. Right, we had a retest of the zone, went up just a little bit, nothing too crazy, and was there. Now, did we take this trade? No. Why? Because price was still giving us lower lows and lower highs. Never really had a clean entry for this. Didn't really see any opportunities to take a trade, and we're still on that same perspective, right? I'm not really looking to take any trades on USDCAD just yet. And USDZAR still pushing down too. At the top of the zone of consolidation, didn't give us a clean break of structure, gave us an inducement, and then price went right back down. So once again, we know we have this gap at the bottom of the market that price will have to fill. We had 3 weeks of rise on the 3rd week, gave us a rise no net. Could we expect the 4th week push? Again, not really expecting it because of how steep the pullback is towards the end of last week going into this week. So that's pretty much it, guys. Any questions in the chat? Yeah, not really seeing much for tomorrow. Yeah, kind of. I'm not really. I was looking at them earlier, and I'm like, oh, I don't have to rush home because there's really nothing to look at. I don't have anything on my. Nothing really on my watch list. Like, yeah, EU is the only pair that we could really sit here and say that we might have an opportunity still. And, you know, GCAD. But when it comes to, like, crystal clean entries where we could talk about them right now, there's nothing. We're just going to have to wait till tomorrow morning and see what price ends up doing. And again, it's like a lot of these pairs is what I was explaining this morning. The reason why is also, again, most of these pairs have STP and ADRs 2, 3, 4 times what they're supposed to be doing. So usually whenever, like for example, US30, Like, yeah, we got some more moves during NYC, but realistically speaking, price is just moving sideways. And it's like, yo, I'm not expecting US30. You know, it gave us one candle with 544 pips. Like, that's what STP was last week. STP last week was 447 pips. Today was 1,000. So it's like, you know, am I really expecting US30 to move 1,000 pips? Like, am I really expecting GA to move 353 pips? Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's just, that's just not how the market works. And the market is not going to give you 500 pips on a regular week of the market, especially with no news, right? We had no news today. So it's just a lot of these things as traders we have to question. You know, when we have these tools in our when we use the, what is it that I'm trying to say? We have tools that tell us how much the market is going to move, right? So, and I'll say this, it'll make more sense saying it this way. With that being said, we already know, okay, if this pair, for example, AU, right? We know that AU is a pair that moves 50 to 70, anywhere between 30 to 60 pips on a day-to-day basis. The fact that ADR is 126, like, okay, yes, price went up today, but when we were looking at the moves, price didn't really do anything too crazy. It did 64 pips. Out of the 83 that it's supposed to do, it only did half of ADR. So with that being said, this is already letting us know that this week, I'm pretty much already gonna say that this week we might not have any trades up until next week, right? Once ADR, once the market starts correcting itself, once we have that market correction, that's when we're gonna start looking for trades again. But any questions, guys, in the chat before we leave? Anything you guys want to talk about? Any entries you guys want to talk about? Anything you guys saw in the markets? Let me know. This is a really close no net. I'm just gonna put this as a no net. Anything at all that you guys want to speak about? Anything you guys wanted to see in the markets, or want to see, or have seen, or anything at all? If no questions in the chat, then that's pretty much it for today, guys. I gotta pay rent. Yeah, man, me too. Me fucking too, man. Could have passed my funded today. Yeah, man, if you would have taken profit like a fucking real trader. But it's all good, man. That's what happens. Alright, gentlemen. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Peace out. Ladies and gentlemen, actually. Sorry.